Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. How are you all feeling today? For me, I am feeling tired, but still fine because it's the second day of work after the long Chinese New Year holiday. So I think I'm feeling good, but of course tired. So anyway, today's video is about a review of my very first Louis Vuitton handbag. And this is actually a very special video because I am actually reviewing and showcasing my very first LV bag, which I've bought almost 7 years ago. So can you imagine, 7 years old, and that's the age of that this LV bag that I'm going to show you. So without further ado, let me show you the first LV bag that I've bought in year 2008. So here is the bag, and this bag is actually called the LV Hampstead collection. So it comes in the PM size and also the PM size and also the MM size. So for myself, I actually purchased the PM size because the size and everything suits me. But anyway, I will let you know about the bag later. So for a start, let me share with you the dimension of the bag. So the length of the bag, as you can see over here, the length of the bag, it is actually 28 cm. The height of the bag is actually 24 cm, and the width of the bag, this is the width of the bag, it is actually 17.5 cm. So basically, based on the dimension and based on my height and my size, I'm a 1.6 meter tall, and I feel the size wise is still fine against my petite body. So this is of a good size for me. And the inside is basically a Damier canvas. This is basically the Damier Azur. So it is canvas material, and it has a slippery leather aging, and the interior is basically like this. If you guys can see this well, okay, the interior is like that. Okay, so what is so special and what attracted me to this bag is because of this inventure plates over here. So if you can see, it has the inventure plate, and it writes Louis Vuitton invention, and also the 101 Champs-Élysées Paris. So it was really special at that time. So this is one of the rare bags that has this plate, and that really attracted me to it. So how do you, as you can see, it's an open concept bag. And how do you lock it? Basically, there is this fastener over here, okay, a fastener over here that you hook on to the other side, which is this side. Hope you know it's clear to you guys over there, over here. So to hook it is basically by clipping them together, and it will look something like this. So there is no zip. So basically, to lock the bag is basically like that. So by doing this, you will prevent all the bigger items to fall out. Alright, so this bag, I guess it's about less than a kg, so it's a light bag, and it's pretty handy. And this is the handle. Basically, most of the time I will use it by holding it like this, okay. And the trimmings are all sewn with a yellow thread, okay. Previously, the thread, I guess it was lighter yellow, but now after 7 years of using it, it has turned slightly darker. Okay, so where is this bag made from? I bought this in USA when I was traveling for business. So I actually bought it in USA, in Minnesota. So inside, I'm not sure if you can see clearly, it's actually made in France, which I was a bit ignorant at that time. I didn't know whether should I look at it, whether is it made in France or made in Spain or made in whichever country or made in USA. So come to think about it, after watching so many unboxing video, I'm quite lucky to actually pick my first bag, and it is actually made in France. So yeah, that's it. And also in the inside there is actually a pocket with a zip. So knowing that this bag doesn't have any zip at the top, you may want to place all the valuable items in this pocket over here. Okay, and of course it has a zip that you can zip and make sure that the valuable items are not dropping out from the bag. Okay, and on the opposite side there are two small pockets. I hope you can see the two small pockets, which you can actually place your cards, your keys, or anything. And for myself, usually I will slide in my card holder or my lipstick or anything like that. And but usually I won't place anything that is valuable in these two pockets, because I'm just worried that if I were to shake, things might just drop out of the bag. So yeah, that's it. And oh, the base. So as you can see, this bag doesn't have any metal legs or something that people might call them. So anyway, yeah, this is it. So question by some people, why did I choose this bag? So basically that's it, the dimensions of this bag, and how it looks like from the front, okay, from the side, okay, and also from the bottom. So this is it in the PM size. Okay, so maybe you can have a better look at it again. So it's actually very pretty. So enough of the dimensions and enough of the front view, the side view, and also the bottom view. Let me share with you my thoughts about this bag. So a lot of people ask me, why did I decided to choose this bag as my first LV bag? And I would say it's because of this inventor plate. This inventor plate was really special, and at that point of time back in 2008, and the first time whereby I was really exposed to LV products, I felt that this inventor plate is very unique, very classic, and very outstanding. So I like things that are very outstanding and very unique. So when this bag was in the line of LV products, I was like, wow, this is very cool, and it's quite affordable at that time. And I think I spent about maybe less than 1,500 USD, if I can recall correctly, because it's after all 7 years ago. So it was pretty affordable at that point of time, and it is cute because in this size, PM size, it's actually just nice for my physique. And I like a Damier Azur. There is also another one, which is the Damier Epine, but it was a bit too dark, and I have generally pretty tan skin tone. So I decided to pick this Damier Azur because it's brighter against me, and which is a true thing. I mean, when I use it and with my outfits, people will say that, hey Sue, this is a very pretty bag and it really looks good on you too. So I've always been receiving praises each time when I use the Hampstead or any of my LV bags that are in the Damier Azur. So that's one reason why I pick it. And secondly, I like it because the length of the handle is just nice for me. I don't usually like to put it on my shoulder because it's too short. I mean, I can still put it, and wear it this way, but the thing is, I don't feel really very comfortable because the distance is not very long. Unless I get the other size, maybe it is good enough. But for this size, I think usually I will hold it this way, or put it across my hand and hold it this way. So after all, that's the reason, and at that point of time I just want to hold my bag this way and not by using my shoulder. And that's the second part of it. And thirdly, what I like about this is also the interior. At that point of time, I felt that the interior looks very classy because it's beige in color, and I can, in a way, there's a lot of room which I can stuff a lot of my items inside. And often I will put in a lot of items like my umbrella, my makeup pouch, my wallet, my key pouch. There's a lot of junk that literally junk I can put in this bag. So do not, underestimate the size of this bag. Okay, this bag can really do wonders. It can really contain a lot of my items. And besides that, another positive thing about this bag is that it's pretty lightweight. As I mentioned earlier, it is less than a kilo, or even lesser than 500 gram. I don't know, I didn't really go and weigh it, but it's light. I like light bags. So because I always have so many things that I need to put in my bag, so light bag is a #1 factor. To me, usually no matter how nice the bag is, but if the bag is heavy, I will usually wouldn't consider getting it because I really have a lot of stuff which I throw inside my bag. So this is a lightweight bag. So for those of you who like lightweight bags, you can seriously consider this. Okay. And what other things that I like about this is, yeah, I guess I've already mentioned it. I like the plate. And I like the handle because it's short enough. I don't like something that is too long. The size is just nice against my 1.6 frame. And the inside, it is very classy and very spacious. And okay, very spacious. And of course, it's a lightweight handbag. Alright, so that's it for the pros, okay, the positive part of this Hampstead bag. Okay, so what is the negative part of this bag is, #1, of course, it's in Damier Azur. So you know that any Damier Azur will get dirty easily compared to the Damier Abin. So you may want to be very careful. So each time when I carry this, I am always very worried that I might accidentally stain it. And if it rains, I'm worried that the rain might, stain the bag, and there's a lot of worrying actually. So same goes for the handle, because as you can see, they're all, the beige color leather trimmings. So with time, the trimmings, the handles will all change colors. So as you can see, these leather trimmings, they have actually changed from the very light brown or light beige to the darker brown. So it makes sense because after 7 years, the color will definitely change. And I guess it aged gracefully, but do not expect that that light brown color will maintain forever, because with constant use, it will definitely turn a darker brown. Okay, so for those of you who don't like a darker brown shade like this, you may find that it's not an eye-pleasing change on the bag. So I accepted that fact, but well, that's the beauty of LV leathers, right? Okay, so yes, so besides the lighter color of the Damier Azur, and we mentioned about the handle that it turns darker brown. And another negative or thing that you may want to consider is the fact that this bag doesn't have a zip. So the fact that the bag doesn't have a zip means that you have to be very careful whenever you want to use this bag, because if you're going to a crowded area, people might just slip their hands into your handbag, or you might be at the risk of losing things when you handle your bag, swinging, and things might just drop out. So even though they have a hook over here, it's just locking. It's just basically locking the top part. It's just basically locking this top part, and things can still drop out from the side, from the right or the left, or even from the top. So unless you have a dust bag that you put inside here, and put all your items inside that dust bag. Otherwise, you will always have that, you know, that cautious that, you know, whether will your items be dropping out or not. So that's another consideration that you may want to, like, you know, consider when you want to purchase a bag with an open top and no zip. So that's another factor. And also I mentioned that, you know, the beige brownish interior is very classy, but another negative thing is that you have to be very careful what items you put inside, because given the fact that it has a light beige interior, you can actually easily stain the interior if you just put any items inside. Like for example, a pen. If you've forgotten to cover the pen or it is left open, it can easily stain the interior, and I don't think so you will like to see a pen mark in the interior of your bag, because you will have a big heartache. So you have to be very cautious about that. And yeah, so basically that's also one negative thing about a bag with a beige interior. Alright, and also last but not least will be the base. So for some people who do not like their bags without that metal legs at the bottom, you will find this to be very a turn off, because you have to be very careful on where you place your bag. You cannot just anyhow place it anywhere, because otherwise if the surface is dirty, it might stain the base of the bag, and you wouldn't want that too. So you will be like, oh gosh, there are no legs here, what should I do? So like for myself, I am a bit paranoid. I will use my hand or tissue paper to just wipe the surface of that table or chair or anywhere, and if it's clean enough, I will then place my handbag on that seat or the table. So that's how much I love my handbags. So some people might think that I'm a bit too much, but yeah, I mean, that's the price I have to pay since I decided to choose this handbag. So besides that, I guess that's it. That's the pros and the cons of this Hampstead Damier Azur PM handbag. I guess that's it. So I am still using this handbag even though it's already 7 years old, and I don't think Louis Vuitton still manufactures this design. So I doubt I will sell it, because after all it is really a sentimental value for me. So I will definitely keep it, and if I have kids next time, a daughter, I will definitely pass this down to her. Yeah, so this is how valuable this bag to me, and I seriously love it. Okay, so if any one of you out there, you have this bag and you really love it a lot, please treasure it well and keep it well in the dust bag, put the stuffings inside. And if there are any stains, I think you just have to use water and cloth and just wipe it slowly. Do not use any harsh chemical, because it might damage the leather. Alright, so last look on my Damier Azur Hampstead bag. Okay, and the side, alright, and also the bottom. Okay, so with that, it comes to the end of my video. So I hope you like my review of my very first LV handbag, and with that, I would like to sign off by saying keep smiling always. Alright, bye.